Here I am, know it's been a while. I was in denial about my love. Here I stand, I know I walked away. Had to find the person I'd become.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amina. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back and thank you for subscribing. So in today's episode of Being a Girl Boss series, we're going to be talking about marketing. So let's say you have started your online store, you started selling, or you've basically made your online store live and now you're ready to sell, and so now you're looking for customers and now you want to market. So how do you market? How do you go about it? What do you need? Different techniques and things like that. So that's what I'm going to talk about today in this video. The things I've used, the things that have worked for me, the things that I've used and haven't worked for me, and all of that. So if I look down, that is because I have some notes that I want to refer to so I don't forget anything. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So once you have started your online store and your online business, now you want to think about the marketing strategies that you want to use. You can either think about these marketing strategies while you're planning your business, during your business plan phase, or you can launch your store and then figure out your marketing strategy as you go. So depending on you and your business, you decide. Okay, so the first thing you should ask yourself is about your target markets. Okay, so you need to ask yourself, where do my target markets hang out? Okay, where can I find my target market? Where are they? What are they looking at? What are they doing? What do they look like? Who are they? You need to ask yourself those questions. And the reason I say that you must ask yourself these questions is because it will come in handy when you're trying to decide on the marketing strategy you should use. For example, let's say you are a person who's selling baby products. Okay, so your marketing or your target markets are moms, right? New moms. And when you think about moms, you kind of think about moms hanging out on Facebook. Okay, that's where you'd kind of imagine a mom being like Facebook. That's where they usually are. So the best thing for you when it comes to your marketing strategy, you'd basically do more marketing on Facebook. So you would basically take your marketing strategy mainly to Facebook. Doesn't mean that you have to exclude every other platform, but the most effort that you should put into, or the social media that you should put more effort into, would be Facebook for your type of business. Okay, so then you just need to think about that and figure out, okay, so my target market, where are they? If they are on Instagram, then you'd put more effort into marketing on Instagram. If they are on Twitter, you'd put more effort into marketing on Twitter and things like that, right? So then you need to ask yourself that question. Then now I'm going to look at the different platforms that you can market on. Okay, the first one being Instagram. Okay, everyone knows Instagram, and Instagram is big, it's huge. I think everyone has Instagram. Most people have Instagram. So if you decide to market on Instagram, the different strategies that you can put in place in your business. So when you're using Instagram, so there are different things that you should basically implement into your business when you decide to use Instagram. Okay, so the first things first is your bio. Okay, so your bio is basically the preview of your page. Okay, the preview of your business. So you need to put as much information about your business as you possibly can. Okay, so you have limited space in your bio, so you can't put kind of information that really won't help your customer in any way. Okay, so some information that you can put includes your shipping time, like how long it takes for shipping. If you have fast delivery, you can put things such as SSL encryption, because that builds trust with your clients, knowing that your website is SSL encrypted, so they're protected. Clients are protected in terms of using their credit cards. You can put information such as some sort of promotion. For example, you get free shipping if you spend 1,000 Rand or 500 Rand, or 200 Rand or whatever. So put some sort of promotion that can show the customer or the client that I'm benefiting, even though I'm coming to buy something from you and I'm going to benefit from the product, but I can also benefit from this promotion. Maybe you can have free shipping, like general free shipping if your entire site doesn't, you don't have any type of minimum quantity or minimum amount that someone needs to buy or purchase in order for you to have free shipping. Then you put that information in the bio. So you can put any type of information in the bio, but make sure that it's information that will make the person want to shop your store, and it will give people information about your store without them having to even go onto your website. Okay, and also in your bio you must make sure that you have your website, and that will help entice people to buy. And then the next thing would be your highlights. Okay, so your highlights, so obviously if you're a new business you usually wouldn't have any highlights, but you can create them, so then when you do start posting onto your story, then you can put them into the different categories. Some categories that people like to see are new arrivals. You can have a new arrivals place. You can have a shipping highlights, and that shipping highlights would have information about your shipping process, how it would work for the client. You can have information about the information about any notices that you need to have on your story that maybe frequently asked questions that people always ask you. You can have notices that are on your highlights so people can just refer to them every time they need information. You can put up sales, like a sale tab, where if you have like a constant section in your store that is on sale, then you can put that on there. So on the highlights you can put anything really, depending on you, but mainly it's information that you want your clients to constantly see. So if you get a new client that comes into your into your Instagram page, they can just check the highlights and see different information without having to message you or having to go onto your website to find out certain information. Because we have to be honest, we're pretty lazy. We don't like doing too much, and as a client, if you're going to an online store, you want all the information that you need to be on the first thing that you see about the store. You know what I mean? So depending on your business, then you will put the different highlights on your story. So when it comes to Instagram, well, most people talk about consistency. So you need to be consistent about posting on Instagram, right? So you need to try and post as often as you can. And when I first started my business, I was in varsity, so I wasn't able to post consistently as much as I would have liked. I would post as much as I could, but there would be times when I wouldn't post on Instagram, and because I didn't have the time, I had to do schoolwork and things like that. So you must try your best to post as often as you can, twice a day, 3 times a day, even if you can. Once a day is the minimum, and so it's a good strategy to post constantly, and that helps with growing your Instagram page. And that's how I grew my Instagram page in the beginning when I first started. And and obviously the more I post regularly, and then you'll get more traction, and the more consistent you are, then the more people follow your page and things like that. Then when it comes to Instagram as well, you can do giveaways. So giveaways are a good way to market your brand and get people knowing what your brand is, as well as getting clients or organic traffic to your brand. So basically giveaways, you can do giveaways. You can either do them before you launch. You can do a pre-launch giveaway, maybe to kind of get people knowing what your product is, if you can do that. If you can't do that, then you can do it in the middle of your business. Keep in mind that when you do giveaways and things like that, you must calculate the amount that you're spending or the amount that you are giving away when it comes to either a product or a cash prize or a voucher or things like that, and calculate that and put it into your marketing budget, so that you don't just give away things and end up losing money at the end of the day. So a giveaway is also another tool that you can use on Instagram. So post consistently, and then make sure that you try to keep your Instagram a business Instagram. okay? Don't use your personal page as your business Instagram, because that just mixes everything up, and it doesn't look as professional as it does when you have your business Instagram being a business Instagram and having all your business stuff in one place. Because now if you have like for instance, if you have a mixture of your business and your personal page, and you on one side you have selfies and a trip to Bali, and then on the other side you have a picture of items that you're selling, it gets confusing, and it just it puts people off. So just try to create an Instagram that is solely for your business without anything else. So yeah, so that's Instagram. And as well as on Instagram, you can also do paid promotions. So there are paid promotions that you can do. I have personally tried paid promotions in the past. If I'm talking about my experience with paid promotions, they're not, I wouldn't say they are not effective. They can be effective, but sometimes they're not as effective as you'd like them to be, okay? So you'd have to gauge if they work for your business. So you'd have to try them and see if it works for your business, and if it does, then you use them, okay? Then the last thing that I'd like to talk about is influencer marketing when it comes to Instagram. So influencer marketing, we've all heard of it. It's basically when you exchange a product, or a product and money to a person, and they basically advertise and talk about your product, and they try it out and things like that. So influencer marketing is also a good strategy to market on Instagram. You can find a influencer that likes your brand and that is aligned with your brand. And the reason I say that aligned with your brand, you can't be selling, let's say you sell bikinis, okay? So you sell bikinis and you want someone to advertise your product. So now you basically go to an Instagram page, you find someone who has 100k subscribers, or 100k followers, and that person doesn't even have one picture in a bikini. That person is either modest or they're hijabi or something like that, and then you decide to send them a bikini. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? That makes no sense, because it's like, what do you mean? Like she can advertise it, of course, but she's not gonna wear the product. She can't, even if she does wear, she's not gonna show it to you. Like, she can't do that and things like that. So you need to think of who aligns with your brand, okay? Who is someone that aligns with your brand? If you're a modest clothing, you can find someone who dresses modestly, someone who has a high fashion in the modest brand. If you sell bottles, you find someone who enjoys working out, so they use water bottles all the time. You sell workout clothing, you find someone who's a gym freak and they enjoy working out, and they have their Instagram feed is filled with them working out and workouts and things like that. So make sure that it aligns with your brand, because if you send someone something and it's someone who aligns with your brand, then it means that the people that are following them are probably people that will actually want to try out your product, okay? So that's basically the main thing. So in terms of me and my experience with paid influencer marketing, I tried it in the beginning. I did try influencer marketing in the beginning, and I didn't get as much of a return as I would have liked, okay? So when you do all these marketing strategies, keep in mind that if you're spending money, make sure that you get that money back at the end of the day, okay? So you can't give someone something with 500 rand and then only like a client that's gonna buy something worth 200 rand comes back and that was it from the whole exchange. It can't be like that, okay? It needs to be that when you send something to someone and it's 500 rand, that person brings you probably twice that amount, or 3 times that amount, or even 4 or 5 times that amount, and they bring back people that will spend thousands or 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000 on your store, because then you make a profit based on that exchange of marketing. And if you feel like you're losing money by influencer marketing because you're just giving away your stuff and you're not really getting customers, you're not getting clients, you're not getting anything out of it, then you should reevaluate if influencer marketing is for your business and if it's for you, okay? So in terms of my experience, I worked with amazing influencers. I did work with amazing people. I did. I didn't do it a lot. I only did it, I think, twice. Yeah, I think I tried to do influencer marketing around twice. And at the time, I didn't get the return I would have liked. Okay, so that kind of put me off influencer marketing. So I focused on I focused my marketing strategies in other ways, okay, and I basically left influencer marketing. But never say never, okay? So I could go back to influencer marketing and try it again and see now, like maybe use different strategies, maybe use a different influencer, maybe, you know, like research and things like that. Before you even choose an influencer, do your research, okay? Are they posts, are there people that are subscribed to them, or they people that are following them? Are they engaging? Are they talking to this person? Do they take her or his advice? Do they take the advice? You know, do they actually care what she has to say or he has to say? You know what I mean? So do that do that research, and then do the influencer marketing. Don't just give away your products and then you end up like, you know, at the end of the month you're like, where did my stock go? There is no money, but there is no stock either. So don't, you know, try to work around that. So yeah, so then the next the next social media that I want to talk about is Twitter. Okay, Twitter is also a nice social media platform that you can market on, but keeping in mind that, depending on your brand, Twitter does take time to grow, okay? It's not quick, it's not as quick as Instagram, if that makes sense. So with Twitter, I would mainly say that Twitter is good for announcements, you know, when you're announcing a new product or you're letting people know that you've launched or things like that. Like, it's nice for announcements. And you can post the things that you post on Instagram too on Twitter, but it's not as for certain businesses. That's the thing. You must remember that your business, you know, will work with different social media platforms. Twitter may not work for you at all, you know, and you need to accept that. You know, you can't put your energy into Twitter if you see that Twitter is not working for your business. You know what I mean? So yeah, so with Twitter, you know, you'll see, you'll kind of judge if it works for you and stuff like that, and then you'll figure out if Twitter is something for you. So yeah, you can use Twitter to notify people of new arrivals, notify people of sales, things like that, you know, because yeah, that's what you can use Twitter for if you'd like to use Twitter for your brand. Okay, and then the next platform I want to talk about is Facebook, yeah. So Facebook marketing. So you want to market on Facebook if obviously it works for you as well. Okay, with every single marketing strategy, it depends on whether it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, don't use it. Okay, so with Facebook, keep in mind that it depends on your target markets. If your target markets is found on Facebook, then you use it. There are paid promotions on Facebook. You can upload the way you upload on Instagram. You can put up stories, so it's very similar to Instagram. So, you know, Facebook also works that way. There are ads that you can do, ad manager, things like that. You can even sell on Facebook, so you can sell on Facebook as well as selling on Instagram. Both would work, you know, like they work like very similarly. I mean, how do you say that? Well, you get what I mean. So yeah, they work the same sort of, you know. So yeah, and then when it comes to social media, I know sometimes it can be hard to upload on each platform individually. If let's say you're marketing on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it can be hard to market on each one individually. So there's actually two platforms that I've actually used in the past and I actually liked. One of them is Planoly and the other one is Hotsuite. So both of those platforms will let you be able to upload on Hotsuite, and it uploads to all your social medias at one time, and it's the same post. So you could use that to help you with making life easier for you, so you can upload on each one consistently. So with all social media platforms, obviously we have to be as consistent as possible. So you need to be consistent so people can basically keep you relevant and you can stay relevant. You know what I mean? So keep posting and don't, you know, slack. So that will help you with posting. So Planoly and Hotsuite. And then the next one is the emailing list. So when you basically start your online store, you usually want to include an emailing list. And this is basically a newsletter or emailing section where a person can put in their email and you can put in their email address, and you save email addresses. Okay, so this is very helpful. And then I am, from research that I've done, they say that newsletter marketing is very, very efficient, and I won't lie, it has worked for my company very, very well. So when it comes to emailing list, basically people sign up to your emailing list and you have their emails. Once you have their emails, you're able to send out newsletters about new products. You can send out newsletters about sales. You can send out newsletters about specific coupon codes and things like that. I remember when I first started, I actually had an exclusive newsletter sale, and that sale basically was that everyone who signed up to our newsletter were the people that were going to receive the coupon code. A lot of people signed up to our emailing list, and that day we actually made a lot of orders because of the fact that some people already had stuff in their carts, but they just wanted that little push to actually purchase it. So the push they needed was a little coupon code to take off 10% or 15%. I don't remember how much, but it was like around 10%, I think. And that helped us gain more sales. And then when new people come in, your emailing list grows. And when your emailing list grows, clients grow, because you're able to send them information about your store, new arrivals that you have coming in, and information about everything that they need to know. And also, having exclusive sales that is only for the emailing list people, and that helps you basically decrease the amount of abandoned carts as well as gain more sales. Then the next thing is your branding. Okay, branding is also marketing. Okay, the way you brand your product or your packaging and things like that helps with marketing. Okay, an example of branding is basically creating business cards as well as thank you cards. Okay, so when you create business cards, this basically helps that when you basically package your orders, you place a business card and you give it to the person. So when the person basically opens up their package, they find a business card, and maybe they wear whatever you're selling them and stuff. Let's say they're in town or something, and someone comes up to them and asks them, where did you get that? And maybe they put your business card in their bags. Then they're like, oh yeah, I have this business card, and they just give it to someone else, because they're like, oh yeah, check this store out, things like that. And also it helps with you. If let's say you're talking to a group of people at an event or something like that, you can just give out your business cards and be like, oh, I sell these products, you should check it out, things like that. So a business card is a very good marketing tool. Another one is a thank you card. Thank you cards are usually the cards that you put into your packages, and these cards usually have like a small message that says thank you for your order, and then you can give them a coupon code, and that will basically take out a certain percentage of their next order if they decide to order with you again. So it's very helpful to do that, because it basically reiterates returning customers. You get to have returning customers by doing that. Okay, and then another thing with branding, you can also have labels on your clothing. Okay, so I'm going to give you examples of our branding, things that I have used. So this is the label on our branding. If we can focus. Why isn't it focusing? There. So this is actually our label. So our label has our logo, and every single item that we sell has that label on it. So if you're wearing something from my store, usually you'd find that label at the back of your t-shirt or your dress or whatever. So when someone asks a person, and maybe you let's say you put labels on your clothes, and if someone asks a person where they got that item and they forget, and then they can actually check the label and be like, oh yeah, Alvida collection, so that's where I got my label. And then this is an example of a thank you card. So this is the thank you card that this is the thank you card that we have. It just has our logo in the front, and then it has a message in the back. And I'm going to cover this because this is the coupon code, so you need to buy something to get the coupon code. And then we have a business card, which also looks the same, looks like that. And the business card just has information about my cell phone number. It has our email address and our websites, as well as all our socials. So that is very helpful with marketing. So make sure to brand your items as well, because that could increase sales. Okay, and then so basically those are all the things that I have tried when it comes to marketing. And depending on your brand, you decide what will work for you and what doesn't work for you, because honestly, every single online store, online business is different. And keep in mind, with the whole when I spoke about the socials, so if you decide to use Hotsuite, for example, you're able to plan all your posts in advance. You can plan it like 30 days in advance, like a month in advance, so you have all your posts planned and you don't have to think about it for the next week, the next month, or anything like that. And that's really helpful when it comes to being or trying to be as consistent as possible with your uploading, right? So yeah, so that is everything from me, guys. That is everything I have tried and everything that I've used, things that I'd recommend, things that I haven't liked or enjoyed, things that haven't worked for me. So yeah, it depends on your brand. Keep in mind that, you know, whatever you do needs to be good for your brand, and at the end of the day, every single marketing strategy should basically have some sort of return for you. Okay, don't just focus on gaining followers, you need to gain customers. Okay, having 10,000 followers and 0 sales is not, it's not where it's at. Okay, so make sure that when you do get followers, they are organic followers that are people that actually want to shop your brand, you know what I mean? So try to make sure that when you're posting towards your target markets, and you're not just posting random things that won't agree with your target markets, because then you're gonna get random followers that are just gonna follow you, but they're never really gonna ever buy something from you, you know what I mean? So that's everything from me, and my battery is dying now. But yeah, so if you guys have any other questions about marketing and how to market your brand, then let me know. So yeah, and I will see you guys next Monday. And yeah, that's it from me. So the next video that we're going to talk about is how I made my first 13K in my online store. So yeah, so watch out for that. Subscribe if you want to check that out.